NASA has just achieved the seemingly impossible, sending a spacecraft 200 million miles away to a potentially NASA wants to know how a spacecraft briefly touched down on Bennu on Tuesday in a touch-and-go or tag maneuver. It bumped the asteroid with an 11-foot-long arm that collected a rock sample from the surface. It's the first time NASA has ever retrieved a sample from an asteroid in space, and it could hold the key to the secrets of the universe. It was close to Earth, relatively speaking, and because it has the kind of composition that NASA really wants to study. Bennu is what's called a rubble pile asteroid, a rocky mass about a third of a mile wide that was formed when our solar system was less than 10 million years old. It's been floating around in space, pretty much undisturbed, for 4.5 billion years. NASA calls it a time capsule, a perfect artifact that could still contain the same molecules that were present when life first formed on Earth. Not only could it be what ends it, but don't worry, there's a very slim chance of that happening. Bennu is classified as a near-Earth object, which is defined as a potentially hazardous object that could come within 4.6 million miles of Earth. Fun fact, Bennu is ranked number 2 on the Palermo Technical Impact Hazard Scale. That's basically a ranking of the space objects most likely to hurtle towards Earth. But it only has a 1 in 2,700 chance of hitting Earth, or better put, a 99.96% chance of missing us. And even then, it won't happen till at least 2175. And that is an incredibly difficult task. NASA had originally expected to have a large landing area to work with on Bennu, potentially the size of a car park. But when the spacecraft got up close to the asteroid, high-resolution images from the craft showed that landing would be much tougher, thanks to huge boulders on the surface. Their landing area went from a 100-space parking lot to the area of about 5 parking spaces. To complete its touchdown, the spacecraft left orbit, descended to the asteroid's surface, and navigated to the landing site. And then things got even more precise, with OSIRIS-REx using its TAG-SAM, or touch-and-go sample acquisition mechanism, to pick up debris from the surface. The TAG-SAM is an 11-foot-long arm designed to touch down on the surface of the asteroid and collect rocky material known as regolith. In fact, to retrieve the sample from Bennu, the TAG-SAM arm pressed down onto the asteroid and released a blast of nitrogen gas onto the surface. That gas blew up a cloud of dust and pebbles, which were then captured by the spacecraft to be stored for return to Earth. It sounds really slow and precise, but this entire touchdown process took just a matter of seconds. After the touchdown, the onboard SAM-CAM will capture images to see whether the spacecraft managed to collect any material. Then OSIRIS-REx will do a spin maneuver to find out the mass of the material collected. If the collection isn't successful, OSIRIS-REx has 2 more chances to bump and grind into Bennu, hopefully collecting at least 2 ounces or 60 grams of asteroid material for the trip home. And if it is successful, this space dust will be safely tucked away inside the spacecraft to be brought back to Earth in September 2023. From there, NASA astronauts will get on the moon. And with any luck, this precious asteroid dirt could just hold the key to how life in our solar system really started.